This practice is called Soften, Soothe and Allow. And you can practice it whenever you feel stress or difficulty in your daily life. Once you become familiar with the practice, you might like to shorten it almost to the simple phrase, soften, soothe, allow, as sometimes that might be all you need to evoke a compassionate response to yourself, shifting your state of mind and also the felt sense in your body. But the practice actually acknowledges that our body quite naturally contracts when we're under stress. So we might experience perhaps a shortness of breath or tightness, tension in various different muscles and parts of the body. And so by intentionally cultivating the skills you'll learn in this practice, we reverse that instinctive tendency of our body to resist and react to emotional discomfort. And we're also discovering how our emotions are anchored in our bodies, and how we can live with them more skillfully, and how healing can come from that. So let's begin the practice. First of all, taking some time to find a comfortable position, either sitting or perhaps lying down, but adopting a posture that also embodies and supports your intention to practice, to be fully with yourself, but also to be comfortable and taking care of you. And letting your eyes close either fully or partially. And now taking a few deliberately deep breaths to settle into your body and into the present moment. Perhaps sensing into how the body is supported and held by whatever you're resting on, and ultimately by the ground beneath you. Just this body here. And perhaps aware as often of the breath coming and going too. So this body here, just resting down, no need to hold on to anything. And also aware of the rhythm of the breath, just coming and going, in breath and out breath. And inviting you now to put your hand, or perhaps both hands, over your heart, or somewhere else on the body. That is a comforting gesture, comforting and soothing. So it could be a hand over the heart or on the tummy, just gently touching your arm, cupping your cheek. Whatever in this moment conveys an intention to bring a tender, kindly attention to your experience and to yourself. So using this gesture to remind yourself that in this practice your intention is to cultivate a warm-hearted attitude towards yourself and to bring loving kindness to the fact that you're having a tricky time right now. So sensing now into the situation that's causing you some difficulty or some stress at the moment. And acknowledging all the different ways in which this is showing up for you. So perhaps noticing what emotions or feelings are evoked. And the thoughts that come. Perhaps especially the critical thoughts that are there. Perhaps they're self-critical. Maybe they're critical of somebody else. Just really coming up close alongside all that's involved right now in experiencing this difficulty that's showing up for you. And as you just acknowledge all of this, all that's here, As best you can, now naming the different emotions that are present in a gentle and understanding way. Perhaps almost as if you were validating for a friend what he or she were feeling. So it may be as simple as, so anger is here right now. Or, this is sadness. Just naming whatever the emotion is that is prompted by this trickiness in your life. And now looking for the resonance of all that in your body. Perhaps there's a particular spot or area where the feeling expresses itself most strongly. So it might be a knot of tension, a feeling of heartache, or maybe a sharp pain. Or alternatively, it may just be a felt sense all over the body. So however it is, taking time to gently sense into the specific qualities of the physical sensations you're experiencing. Even noting and distinguishing the different nuances of what you're experiencing. And now, as best you can, softening into wherever those physical sensations are most intense in your body. So you might like to imagine the muscles in this area becoming soft. So without insisting that they become soft. It might be a little as though you were bringing warmth to sore muscles. And perhaps breathing into that area in your mind's eye. And softening it on the out-breath. And also saying gently to yourself, softening, softening, softening. So remember, we're not trying to change the feeling, we're just holding it in tenderness and just softening in our bodies. Once we're noticing what we're holding here, the tightness, perhaps the tension. And if you find you experience too much emotional discomfort, you might experiment with almost softening at the edges of this area of your body. So there's no striving and no need to get it right. So just opening to the possibility, perhaps, that you might just be able to bring a softer feeling tone to any tension you're feeling in your body. So you're not trying to make the emotions or the sensations go away. You're just being with them with a soft, tender, and loving awareness. And now starting to soothe yourself, simply because you're struggling in this way. So, if you want to, you might like to place a hand over the part of the body that you're focusing on, feeling the warmth and gentle touch of your hand. Maybe even imagining care and kindness flowing through your hand and into your body. So you might like to experiment with bringing kind, encouraging and comforting words to mind. Words that you'd welcome hearing, and that speak directly to your suffering, your difficulty at the moment. Perhaps even imagining you had a friend struggling in much the same way, and what would you say to them? Maybe something like, Oh, I'm sensing how much this hurts, how hard it is. May you find the courage and resilience to be with this. Just seeing if you might find similarly kind words to say to yourself. Or you might like simply to repeat in a kindly, caring way the word soothing, soothing, soothing. And now focusing on allowing the discomfort simply to be there, making room for it, and perhaps letting go of any wish to make the feelings disappear. Allowing yourself to be just as you are, just like this, if only for this moment. Allowing the discomfort to come and go as it pleases, a little like a guest in your own home. So if it helps, you can just repeat the word now, allowing, allowing, allowing. So often we don't allow, we resist and push away and want to fix and change, but this is an opportunity simply to be with what's here in a really kindly, accepting way, soothing ourselves, softening and allowing the whole situation just to be here. So you might like to experiment with just repeating the 3 words, almost like a mantra, as a way of reminding yourself to incline with tenderness towards your suffering. So softening, soothing, allowing. So we're softening into any parts of the body where we're holding some tightness. We're soothing ourselves with a kindly gesture, kindly words. We're just allowing the discomfort to be here if it is. It may come, it may go. Just soften, soothe, and allow. Perhaps repeating these words in a rhythmic fashion, just in time with the breath, those movements of the breath just coming and going. Just saying over and over in your mind's eye, soften, soothe, allow. Really holding yourself in a tender, affectionate stance, just because you're having some trickiness, some difficulty. Soften, soothe, allow. And remembering that everybody from time to time, simply because they're human, also experiences difficulty, painful emotions. No single one of us is perfect or gets things right all the time. So allowing ourselves to be just as we find ourselves in this moment. Just reminding ourselves that this experience of difficulty, of tough times, is a universal human experience. And meeting that with warmth, with affection, can be a real gift and a real kindness to ourselves. And as you do this exercise, you might perhaps find that the emotion moves in your body. It shifts, feels different, may even change into another kind of emotion. So as best you can, experimenting simply with staying with your experience as it unfolds. Bringing an attitude of tender, kind-hearted curiosity. And using the phrases as appropriate to convey your intention of care and loving kindness towards yourself. So perhaps just a few more times, just resting into the rhythmic sensations of softening, soothing, and allowing. Then, as we head towards the end of this practice, just gently releasing the phrases and just resting here, anchoring your attention in your body. Really allowing yourself just to feel whatever you're feeling, to be free to be exactly as you are in this moment. And then when you're ready, just gently opening your eyes.